Let's go ahead and attach our thread at the index point and clip the thread. Go ahead and prepare a 4 to 6 inch piece of wire, and we're going to attach that at the index point using the 45-degree angle attachment method. Go ahead and secure that down with 2 to 3 thread wraps. Now go ahead and pull that wire with your material hand so it's flush against the tie-in point. Now advance your thread halfway down the bend of the hook, keeping the wire on the near side of the hook as you wrap. Make sure that each thread wrap lies next to one another. This will help ensure that you create a smooth body. Now with your wire hanging off the bend of the hook, go ahead and advance your thread back towards the index point. As you wrap, again, make sure that you create a nice smooth body and cover up any of the existing hook shank that may be showing through. Now with the wire hanging off the bend of the hook, we want to use that to create a segmented body. So we're going to take our thread hand and grab that wire, and we're going to wrap it around the hook shank in a clockwise direction. So as you wrap, you want to create a segmented body. We can do this by angling our wire at a 45-degree angle relative to the hook shank. As we wrap, we want to end at the index point. Continue to hold the wire with your thread hand and grab the bobbin with your material hand and secure the wire to the near side of the hook shank with one secure thread wrap. Now we want to secure the wire with 3 to 5 thread wraps. The next step is to break off the wire cleanly at the tie-in point. We're going to do this by holding the thread with our material hand and twisting the wire with our thread hand in a circular motion until the wire breaks off cleanly. Now to build the thorax of the fly, we're going to apply dubbing to the thread. What I have here is some dubbing wax. I'm going to apply some on my thumb, my middle finger, and my index finger of my thread hand. And this will help assist with twisting the dubbing onto the thread. Go ahead and pull out a very small amount of dubbing. As you can see, I'm pulling out just a tiny bit. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shape that dubbing into, I'd say, a dime size shape. I'm going to begin by placing that dubbing behind the thread. With my material hand, I'm going to hold on to the bottom of the dubbing, and with my thread hand, I'm going to go ahead and twist that dubbing onto the thread in one direction only. If I were to twist in the opposite direction, I would essentially just take the dubbing right off the thread. So make sure that you twist in only one direction. Once that dubbing is applied evenly on the thread, go ahead and begin to wrap your thread around the hook shank, creating a small thorax. The thorax should be no longer than 1 index point in length. To finish this fly, we're going to go ahead and use a whip finish tool. I'm going to begin by holding the whip finisher with my thread hand and the bobbin with my material hand. I'm then going to hook the thread with the hook of the whip finisher and place the thread on the underside of the elbow of the whip finisher. Go ahead and lift the bobbin upwards. This will rotate the whip finisher and create a triangle shape within the thread. Now the point in which the two threads meet, go ahead and place that against the near side of the hook shank. While keeping thread tension on the bobbin, go ahead and rotate the whip finisher around the hook shank at the index point 3 to 5 times. To release the thread from the whip finisher, go ahead and place the hook of the whip finisher above the eye of the hook and move the notch of the whip finisher towards the eye of the hook. This will release the thread from the notch. Now with your material hand, go ahead and pull the bobbin so it brings the whip finisher hook down towards the eye of the hook. Now lift the whip finisher and release the hook from the thread. Now go ahead and clip the thread and apply some head cement to the index point if you want to reinforce that whip finish knot. And there you have it, the zebra midge.